Hi Libra, this is your forecast for the month of October 2016. This is a general reading for Libra Sun, Libra Rising, or Libra Moon. If you have a different rising or moon sign, you might find watching those videos helpful or more informative for you. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they may not apply to everyone. If you would like a reading that is specific to you, please visit my website at thealchemistastrologer.com, provided on the link at the upper corner. If you have visited the site before, please clear your browser's cache for the schedule button to function properly. So happy birthday, Libra. I hope this month is turning out to be your wildest dream. Now, normally I would say my thank yous at the end of the reading, but this month I want to start by saying thank you because I've gotten such great support from you. I've gotten a rise in subscriptions. So please know that this is mutual love that we are sharing, and I will make every effort to give you my personal best. All right, Libra, so the first week of October you have the Judgment card, and this is appropriate because after all, it's your birthday. This is a developmental milestone. You've turned the corner. It's the end of a phase, and you may be looking back and assessing, what it has been worth to you. It's the end of an era, the end of a situation, a rite of passage. And so many of you are making some sweeping changes. Some of you, maybe you've decided to take your life in a new direction, or maybe there's some new opportunities that are presenting for you. Maybe you're making a career change. Maybe some of you have probably gotten a promotion, but change is in the air. And you are regenerating yourself. This is the opportunity for a clean slate on some level. So some of you may be looking back and reviewing and questioning some of your choices, some of the decisions that you've made, some of your behaviors, and you're wondering if that indeed was the best choice you could have made. Was it the wisest move? Also this week, some things that you were probably hoping to avoid, some situations that you thought were finished or resolved, those things are going to resurface for you. And because of it, you're going to have to make some judgments, make some decisions, or face some truths that you were probably hoping to put off or avoid altogether. Now, regardless of how inconvenient this is, this new information or these new developments can also become a blessing in disguise for you, because it's going to present a chance for you to be your best, or for you to rise to a challenge, or you're going to find out something that prevents you from making a bigger mistake than you would have. This is going to be a week where you can actually put yourself out there, clear the air. If you've been in any kind of misunderstandings, or if there have been any difficulties with other people, this would be a week for you to clear things out, speak your truth, without creating more misunderstandings or misconceptions. And in fact, by doing that, you may even receive some kind of vindication. If you've been accused of anything, or you've been misrepresented in any way, this is going to be a week where you can actually transform something that appeared to be somewhat of a disaster. You're going to be able to turn that around and create a success for yourself, but not without being patient. Now, for some of you, again, if you're not dealing with issues, if you're avoiding, not facing responsibilities or obligations, you're just going to have a lot of loose ends and situations are going to be hanging in limbo, and you are going to feel out of sync. So this is the week for you to address those things that you've been trying to avoid, take care of those things that need to be attended to. And this is going to be the focus for this week. And if you are making a judgment, if you are making some assessment and looking back and doing a review, and you've really gleaned the lessons from your past behavior, you will make some progress. For those of you who find yourself again in the same spot, this is because you didn't grasp the meaning of whatever the situation was before, and you feel as if you're having to start over. So for you, this is a week where you may feel as if you're encountering a string of bad luck, but in truth, whatever is happening is merely because you didn't address an issue in a timely manner. You were procrastinating or putting some things off, and ultimately that turned out to work against you in some way. Because this is a card about making judgments, and it's a wake-up call in some respects. It's a call to action. You've been asleep somewhere in the game, and the universe is saying, wake up. There's some things that need to be addressed, some issues that need to be attended to. This is a week for you to make sure that you are able to make good judgments by distancing your emotions from the facts. And this is going to allow you to make better decisions and prevent you from making the wrong choice or the wrong move. Also, again, it's a card of judgment. So you may be judging other people, and you may be blaming other people for mistakes, or, projecting most of what's happening onto other people rather than accepting your own role and responsibility in a situation. And really what you want is probably, you probably very much desire to have harmony. I mean, that's very Libran. You like equality, you like peace, you like for things to be smooth. So you're very focused on making decisions where, things will fall into place. Some of you are making a judgment about, you've decided whatever you're facing, maybe it's a challenging situation and you've just decided, this is the end of the struggle for me. For some of you, you're making some judgments and you're just feeling good because the decision that you were grappling with has been made. And some of you are making a judgment about how to seek greater harmony or peace. Now, the second week you have the World card. And so something may be wrapping up. This is the last card in the major arcana. So again, this is the natural conclusion to something, the end. Something is culminating. Hopefully you have reached a goal, and maybe you feel a sense of fulfillment or attainment. And maybe you feel, this is because there was a job well done. You made a decision, or there was a judgment being made about what you were doing, and it turned out to be successful. So this card is focused on getting the best possible outcome. Now, some of you, this card is going to mean that you're traveling. You're traveling, maybe long distances, or maybe you're dealing with the world at large. Maybe you're involved in some kind of international affairs, or you're dealing with people at a distance, maybe on the internet, whatever it is. But this is about expanding your horizons, not having any limits. But also, this is a week where you're able to say no to what is beyond your ability, and you may be making that judgment. Again, some of you, there's change, there's movement, possibly change of job, change of residence. But because an end of a cycle has completed and a new one is now beginning, this is a fresh start for you. It's a second chance, and that ties in with your birthday. Whatever has happened before, you're starting all over. So this is a time for you to look at any bad habits, any emotional dependencies and realize, that they're not serving you. It's a great time for starting anything new. Whether that's, your mental state, your attitude, your outlook. This is a good week to start a diet, begin an exercise regimen, a new job, or a new relationship. And because you've reached the end of a path, this is also a week to forgive. Forgive yourself, forgive other people, in order that it will allow you to make a fresh start. It's time to move into a new phase without carrying old baggage with you in order for you to create that happy outcome that you seek. So this could be a week where you really take the initiative. You're self-motivated, you're a self-starter, and you could very well have a couple of fortunate business, social, or romantic connections or opportunities cross your path this week. You've got a lot of resolve and determination. And so this is a week where if you have decided to go on a diet, you could actually stick to it. If you decided you were going to cut out some bad habits, you can uphold these new resolutions and feel a greater sense of enjoyment in life. You could feel very good about yourself, about what you're doing. And because you're feeling so good and you're putting out that positive energy, you have the ability to persuade people to come to your side. You can coerce your opponents and you can achieve your goals more peacefully, which I know is very important to Libra. So this is a week where just by being you and your most positive, highest you, opportunity is just going to come to you. Whether you're seeking it out or not, you're going to be an opportunity magnet. So if you've had any kind of issues, also whether they were medical, legal, professional, this is a week where you can create the impossible. You can move mountains now. Now, for some of you, maybe it's going to be difficult. You're not going to take this opportunity. And for you, you're going to be less willing to launch yourself in a better direction. And you possibly may fall back in the same old rut. So if you're not motivated to do something, if the intention is everything, and if your intent is not in the right place, even if you start something, it will never become what you have envisioned, no matter how much effort you put into it. So for you this week, intent means everything. Now, for some of you, again, this is a card about not having any limitations. The sky is the limit. So be careful of being tempted to spend too much money or push emotional boundaries with other people. Avoid the inclination to be too reckless or too daring or too, try not to come up with schemes or cut corners or, devious kinds of behaviors that actually is only going to end up making people feel uncomfortable or uneasy. So this is a week where you have to remain enthusiastic. That's what's being challenged here. Your enthusiasm for life and the resolve to improve your life in some way. So this is a week where setting realistic goals is going to make you feel more alive. Now, some of you are something has reached some kind of natural conclusion, and maybe this has to do very much so with the past. Now, this may be related to family heritage in some way. Some of you may be mourning something, or perhaps someone or something in your life has passed. But this is, again, a week of conclusions, putting aside the old and beginning something new. Now, the third week you have the Queen of Pentacles. So you may be coming in contact with earth energy. This could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. If that's your if that's your moon or rising, it could be you. Maybe you're dealing with someone who employs these traits, or the situation does. But this particular queen is very practical. She's taking a sensible approach. So again, you may have been making a judgment, maybe about your health and where you were going to go with it, or your professional life. And this week, you're getting down to brass tacks. You're organizing. You're focused on taking care of yourself. Maybe, if you're managing your money in a good way, you're looking toward creating some success in financial matters. Some of you may be, again, taking some time out for your health. Maybe you are, spending some time in the garden or growing something, but there's a focus on prosperity, fertility, success. This could be a week where you could be looking, or someone else could from you, for some bottom line answers. You want to know some things. Now, this person usually has a very stabilizing effect on the environment in some way. I'm saying she, but it could be he or she. She could be set in her ways. She doesn't like it when other people are lazy, or they're not putting forth their best effort. Sometimes she can be judgmental, so she may be the queen that's making a judgment toward you. And she's very straightforward. She does what she wants to do. She can read emotions. She likes to protect her privacy. This is someone who can sort of do it all. She's she's mothering, she's nurturing, so she can attend to the domestic affairs as well as her career. So this could be a week where that's a big focus, or you're dealing with that energy in some way. For some of you, this is going to be a week where you're in some kind of connection with another person, and because they are making you feel a particular way, you feel comfortable enough to take that relationship to the next level. Or perhaps maybe you're starting over with some acquaintance. And this could be either somebody from your past or somebody that's brand new. And it's likely that there's going to be mutual affection and respect for one another. Now, also, though, this is a week where, and because you have that judgment card, and you could be, rushing to judgment, this could be a week where you need to be very careful about stepping out of bounds and speaking for other people or making decisions for other people without consulting with them first. Because if you do, this could create some friction and some conflict, or, issues about control between you. Now, the fourth week you have the King of Wands. And so this is fire energy. So this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female. But this is someone who would hold some authority. Now, this could be some kind of leader, maybe your boss. This could be, there's a strong focus on enterprise here. And maybe this is a father figure for you, or a husband, or, this is just someone who holds authority. And they're very passionate about whatever they're involved in. So maybe you are having to make some important decisions. Maybe you're involved in some negotiations. This is someone who may be able to help you financially on some level. And this is somebody who's very good at promoting and marketing. And so maybe you're involved in business, or you're getting some advice, or you're dealing with some kind of consultant. And so it could be that this is a week where if you have any kind of projects or duties, some kind of meeting or interviews, those might end up going very well for you. On the other hand, some of you will find yourself in challenging situations where it's going to be very difficult for you to take control of the situation or control your temper about what's going on. And for some of you, dealing with the authority figures is likely to prove counterproductive for you. So, again, last week, that queen, your social skills, you wanted bottom line answers because perhaps you were trying to renew something on some level. Again, a new beginning or revitalizing something. Or some of you were focused on healing, or there was a need for you to think more positively. This last week, the King of Wands is probably about some trust issues and gaining support from other people, or taking control of a situation and having belief in yourself, or feeling that you're protected in some way. Or again, this could be a week where you discovered how vulnerable you are in a situation. And because this month ends on a court card, it's likely that other people outside of you are making a strong impact on the outcome of a situation. And because this queen is falling in the third place, she's also very critical to whatever is happening in your life. Now, the underlying energy is this Ten of Cups. And so the Ten of Cups it relates to family, feeling fulfilled, a sense of peace, and harmony in your personal relationships. It's about trust and shared well-being. So some of you may be focused on, your family, or cultivating a good relationship between with you and your child, if you're a parent. Some of you may have reached the end of some cycle where there's a sense of emotional completion, because again, this is a 10, so something is culminating. But there's a feeling, perhaps some of you have made some happy decisions. Maybe you feel a sense of gratitude, or you feel protected in some way. But whatever's going on this month, you are going to feel very strongly about the past, about your memories, about the people you care about, and you're going to want to long to be with those people. And part of this could be that you're celebrating your birthday, you're connecting with people from your past and having a good time. For others of you, you are coming together with others and you're compromising, which you are so good at because you are the ultimate diplomat, Libra. So you're making some concessions, possibly because there are larger issues at stake. And so for some of you, there is some healing taking place. Maybe something emotional has happened in the past that left people feeling hurt or disappointed. And you could be taking the first steps to extend that olive branch or heal those issues. Some of you are getting good news, and you're spending good times together with your family or friends that feel like family. For others of you, maybe you have reached a point where you feel like a situation is somewhat hopeless. And so you've experienced some kind of loss or some kind of emotional disharmony. And the people that you love and care about don't seem to be giving you the support that you need. In fact, it almost feels as if they're working against you, and you don't understand that. So some of you may be in for some kind of rude awakening because you're trying too hard. You have this intense need to be needed or wanted. And others of you, you are getting involved in some kind of intrigue or temptation that's working against you. But for the most part, I feel like this is a happy celebration. There's some things that are happening for you where your hopes and dreams may be coming to life, or you are making some advances that even exceed what you had expected. Some of you are getting some unexpected gifts or opportunities that are crossing your paths. And others of you are realizing that this is a month where you need to take some kind of action. So situations are largely going to hinge on something that you feel may be out of reach or really difficult to overcome or to accomplish, and you taking the initiative to try to make it happen, and possibly being engaged in situations that cause you to be conflicted in some way between your logic and your emotions. Also, there's a desire for recognition, and how you go about it this month will either achieve that success that you're seeking, or in some way, depending on what you do, it could cost your success. So Libra, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I would greatly appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and kind comments. For those of you who have already offered your support, again, know that I am grateful and committed to you. Have a wonderful October, and I look forward to speaking with you next month.